YouTube land, what's good? It's your boy B Hurt, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince for G without the hate. And if you don't know me, future FGC commentator slash competitor? Question mark? The way Street Fighter V is looking, I might be a competitor next year. We got a lot to talk about as far as the Capcom Cup 2019 results. Oh my god, we got topics to talk about. I don't even know where to begin and where to dive into. Let's talk about Capcom Cup, shall we? Let's talk about the results first, and then we'll get into the topics later, or maybe get into the topics as I'm talking about results. We'll see. First place goes to none other than Idom, and the craziest part about Idom winning is the fact that he was unsponsored all year. He only went to a select amount of events. He went to only US events, and the fact that he stuck with his character, even though everybody kind of banned his character. His character obviously wasn't Season 2 Laurel, but he picked up Poison to have like a secondary, especially in the Karen matchup, and you saw that work well for him. Dude, even in his interview, I think he won one of his like maybe first round matches, and in his interview, he's like, if I win, I'm gonna buy socks. Who says that as someone that's gonna win $250,000 possibly? The dude is just incredible. He's amazing. You know, he's a pad player, and the beauty of this is it's like a Cinderella story. You know what I'm saying? Like, never had a sponsor. I think it was in SFL because he qualified as one of the top US players, and being in SFL, you know, he kept getting his character nerfed. I think they even made a rule. You can honestly call it the Idom rule. Not character nerf, excuse me. Character, like, he couldn't pick his character in the Street Fighter League. I think they even made a rule to the point where, you know, you can't pick the same person, I guess. So that way Idom could actually play Laura in the Street Fighter League. And then on top of that, it's almost like a blessing in disguise that not only did Poison come out, that he picked up another character. I mean, hell, he kind of had to pick up another character as far as Street Fighter League goes. But no other deserving person than Idom. Like, it's a story that writes itself. Like, I'm so happy for him, and he's US soil, so I'm glad for that reason too. Idom deserves it. He really does. And the only unfortunate thing about Idom winning is somebody had to lose. Now, granted, if you're, you know, Team Spooky, Arturo, IFC Yipes, Chris Matrix, anyone in that NLBC scene, it's the greatest thing ever. I mean, who would have called an NLBC Grand Finals? You know what I'm saying? Something that you see on your local Wednesdays is something you're seeing at Capcom Cup. The biggest stages of them all, the highest praise of any fighting game, really, at this point. Because Street Fighter, come on now, we gotta admit, we gotta call a spade a spade. If not Tekken, I would say Street Fighter is the biggest. I think even Street Fighter did well, but then again, Tekken was in a different location, so it wasn't in the US. So it didn't get as much eyes as it possibly could have gotten. Now, Capcom Cup 2020 is going to be interesting. But we'll get to that when I get to that. The only unfortunate part is there had to be a loser. And I feel so bad for Punk, man. And the reason being is he dominated this season like nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And he's kind of, I don't want to say he's a USA Fudo, but like it's kind of just been happening to him. Like the ball has been rolling essentially. He just hasn't been lucky winning the biggest things. You know what I'm saying? He had a chance to win Evo, couldn't do it. And this was probably his greatest shot at a Capcom Cup. I mean, to a T. Because who else does he have more experience going against than a Smug or a Idom? To be fair, like they're in the same scene, they play a lot, and Punk he started out smart by picking the Cammy, but the Laura, oh my god, the lightning bolt setups were just so beautiful, and the pressure. I think Idom had, I remember one time, he had a lightning bolt set up, and he was playing Laura, obviously, and it was on the screen. Punk backdash, put himself in the corner. When Idom double dashed, command grabbed as the lightning was selling, like, come on, man, what are you supposed to do against that? What do you do? I mean, I feel bad for Punk, I really do. Hopefully he can get his championship. But he did say one thing, that he's going to focus on Mortal Kombat. As you know, obviously the off season is from here till this March, so it'll be interesting to see how Punk does in that LCQ and things of that nature. Yeah, I feel bad for him. I just want to see Punk because I'm a fan of both people. Like I was happy for Idom, but I want to see Punk get his. You know what I'm saying? He's just too good of a player, and I would hate for people not to say anyone would think like this, because I don't think you would think like this. Yeah, 3 times fast. I would hate for people to discredit Punk as not being one of the best Street Fighter V players of all time. Obviously, you have your Street Fighter 4 players, but I want Punk should be top 2 and not 2. You know what I mean? Like, that's how dominant he's been at this game. And it just sucks that he hasn't won the big one yet, whether that's Capcom Cup or Evo. Hopefully Punk will be back next year. Phenom had a great performance. He played Karen and Nikali. Oh my goodness. to get a timeout and to beat Tokido on a chip when you were down 2-0 to tie it 3-2. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Phenom played phenomenal. I was a big fan of his. Honestly, I think he's the reason we got the NLBC finish, to be quite frank with you. If Tokido wins, I don't really know who stops Tokido. Tokido was playing pretty good. He was playing really good. I mean, he obviously had his loss. I think he lost to Mongo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he looked very solid. Mongo, oh my god, he was just, it almost seemed like Mongo was playing like a speedrunner's game or something, essentially. Like, he just splits through everybody when he was dominating. He had a great performance as well. And obviously, 5th place goes to Tokido. 7th place goes to Machabo. Some noticeable 9th place finishes: Oil King, Problem X, Cien, Johnny Tack is going to be really good. Like, if whenever Street Fighter 6 comes out, that could be Johnny Tack's game. I mean, if he gets to Rashid, if Rashid comes back, or a character like that, to where he's beating the Capcom Cup 2018 winner and Gachikun in a Rashid mirror match, and Rashid's only going to get stronger. I mean, he loses some Oki things with the recent update. I think the medium spinner and even light spinner kind of pushes the opponent far back so they can kind of get up and get a chance. But Rashid's still kind of a scary character, so that kid's only going to get better. I think I don't even know if he's 20 yet. He's like he's 19 or 18. I'm not even sure if he's 20 yet, to be honest. Infectious, great Zeku player. He had a great performance. Luffy had a great performance as well. Hot Dog, Moke was the LCQ winner, so to get 13th, that's LCQ. That's super impressive. Some notable 17th place finishes: Angry Bird, Daigo, Big Bird, Smug. I think Smug was, if he didn't run into Johnny Tech, had a chance to make a great run. That would have been cool to see. Gachikun, like I said, previous Capcom Cup winner. Sako, Momochi, and Nakudu finished in 17th place. Now, the craziest part about finishing 25th is you went 0-2 in this tournament. And these names going 0-2 is so crazy in this tournament. Also, the thing I don't like about them finishing 25th is I want to say 4 of the losers matches were off stream, and I'm going to get into that after I say these names. Zenith, NL, Dogura, JB, Bon-chan, 801 Strider, Kichibamu, Fujimura. 801 Strider, and Bon-chan finished it. Oh, I mean, even Dogura, even NL. I mean, hell, everybody on this list finishing 0-2. Like, I mean, I know somebody has to finish 0-2, but god damn, that is crazy. And you don't think Capcom Cup is serious? What? Yeah, I want to say 4 of the matches on the losers half after the first loss were off stream, and LCQ wasn't streamed. Then this whole weekend just started off weird because I think there was a big rumor going around that there was going to be 2 out of 3. And if I don't know the statistics, I didn't look it up. There's somebody that does it on Twitter. I can't think of his name. I know his name. I think his actual name is Glenn, but I can't remember his Twitter off the top of my head. So if you know his Twitter, please leave it down in the comment section below. Shouts out to that guy. But I would love to see a statistic about how many times someone went 0-2, but then brought it back. Like, think of, off the top of my head, Phenom, that doesn't happen. I think even, it's grand finals, so grand finals are always going to be 3 out of 5. But I think even Idom against Punk, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen. You don't get these opportunities unless it's 3 out of 5 the whole way. So the fact that there was a rumor going around this whole weekend about being 2 out of 3. Now, I don't know if that was 2 out of 3 for the LCQ too. I didn't hear that for the Capcom Cup. I don't know about those. I don't know. I guess it was 2 out of 3 because there's so many people that it just took forever. But this whole weekend was just a weird weekend. So I'm glad that they stuck with 3 out of 5 because, like I said, you don't get certain situations. Phenom doesn't make the comeback he does if it's 2 out of 3. And then there's some laggy monitors. People were saying that the Play 2 side monitor was laggy. I think I think Luffy said something about it. I know Punk said something about it. And the only problem about Punk saying it, not saying it's a problem, I don't want to get that out of context. I'm saying a lot of people look at it as him being salty, but Punk speaks his mind. And I respect that as a player. I respect that to be honest. I would hope, and I think as from what I see from Punk's Twitter and like his streams and who he is as a person, I even think even if he won that, I think he'd still say that. And be like, yo, this is unacceptable. Especially, I feel like the fastest reaction is 16 frames. Human reaction. And Street Fighter is such a, counter hit is +2. You know what I'm saying? You get 2 extra frames on a counter hit. So if you're off a little bit, that could throw off a whole combo and throw off a lot of things. And Punk said he was dropping a lot of stuff. And it's just unacceptable. Even, I wish you could talk to because there's a person up there that, sets up the match or like has a headset and like, all right, this is when y'all gotta take a break. This is when y'all gotta do the match. I hope more players, especially in that scene, like, I could see a local tournament. A local tournament would be kind of hard, or like, some of these tournaments would be kind of hard to just switch them out that quick and keep everybody happy and the viewers happy and like it'd be that consistent and stuff. But sometimes you're also playing on the same monitor, so you both have to feel the lag, I guess, essentially. But I just hope that next year we can stop it and then switch out the monitors if we have to, because it's unacceptable. Like, you want these players to play at the best level, especially in Street Fighter V, where it's a game like combos don't work unless you're doing the math and the equations of the frames to where this is going to go into this or this could go into that, or a counter hit combo is totally different than a regular combo, and you don't want to see high upper echelon players drop it. And I think 7 people complained about it. I know Problem X, I don't know if he complained about it per se, but I know he was talking about how 7 people were saying it. So it's kind of like, come on, man. I just hope we get it together. And like I said, and LCQ not being streamed too, it's like, what's up with that? I feel like Commander Jesse should have been a bigger highlight this weekend, and we didn't get to see that. A U.S. dominant performance. I mean, we got to saw it with like the over-the-shoulder screen, which is as FGC as it gets. But it's like, come on, man. It's the LCQ. It's the biggest tournament of the year. You know what I'm saying? We had a month. And here's the thing that's what's crazy to me is like not even the off season. We basically had a month from the last U.S. event, which that LCQ, I believe, got streamed because there was a last chance qualifier to get into the U.S. final. We had that event streamed, but we had a whole month to set up for Capcom Cup and we couldn't stream the LCQ. But then there was a Pocky mod, which is interesting to me because it's like you had to mod that into the game to get the design and how it worked and everything. Shout out to the Bumble or Rob TV for winning that. But it's just like, come on, Capcom Cup. Like, we want to see these matches. We want to see these stories. You literally, like, Commander Jesse's LCQ run could have got him a sponsorship. And also, if Idom doesn't have a sponsorship at the end of this, at the beginning of next year, bro, come on. I mean, see, I'm upset that I don't have an FGC team, because if I had an FGC team, I would sponsor Idom, and now I would be getting paid. Because I could have called, I didn't know he was going to Capcom Cup, but I could have called the top 8. Like, Idom's a good player. Speaking of LCQ, since I keep bringing that up, Moke won it. Obviously, like I said, he finished 13th place. LCQ finished 13th. That was very good. Commander Jesse finished 2nd. Luzon finished 3rd. Ryusei finished 4th. Trashbox and Young Genix, 06, finished 5th. Lurlard and Quinn finished 7th. That boy Rail TV, Gamer B, Lex, and MOV finished 9th. Kristen Terrier, Nephew, Doomsteak, and Hey Wano finished 13th. Some noticeable LCQ finishes. And then also there was Street Fighter League. See, it's almost like they made it like an all-star weekend-esque sort of, because I think they got from 32 to the top 16, which is an all-day event, and I see why. So the Street Fighter League International Finals, to where the two Japan teams played each other, and then 2 US teams played each other, and then ended up playing each other. Then Mongo Scarlet took 1st place over Team Gill, the US team. Then Nemo Aurora finished 3rd and then Team Frost finished 4th. V-Skills 2s are out today. They got updated. The servers are live. Gill's out. Some noticeable V-Skill 2s that I like are just interesting or unique is like Guile has a jumping Sonic Boom now, and it's like a jump forward at an angle down Sonic Boom, almost like a free jump into that. And I mean, that obviously helps Guile get in, which I actually like. Oh, his V-Trigger 1, that's gonna make for an interesting character, because his V-Trigger 1 has the mini booms to where he could dash in and get in. Now he has a boom that's like an awkward angle that he could use to get in. So it makes Guile the keep away character, can play up close now. Birdie has an interesting mechanic now. Who else? It's V-Skill that I like. Rashid's looks interesting. Rashid looks like you're playing Marvel or something. You get like an air dash kind of, like that's gonna be a unique gimmick. Balrogs looks interesting. G, I kind of want to play G. I kind of want to learn G. His is, I don't know if it's better than his other V-Skill per se, but you don't lose presidentiality levels, I think, after 1 knockdown. So that could be unique. I mean, that might help him, especially if you know you're going to go back and forth with G, but I don't know if that's going to have that comeback mechanic that the V-Skill has, that little golden bubble, the aura that protects him. Girian's V-Skill 2 looks strong. Gill's is parry, so he's basically like a 3rd strike carry. So he's gonna look strong. Seth, I think V-Skill 1 allows him to copy a move. Seth looked cool too. Oh, that trailer was good. That trailer was really good. Let's see, is there anything else I want to add about the V-Skills? I had it all in my mind, but then I wasn't really talking about it. Let's just get into Capcom Cup 2020. Capcom Cup 2020 should be interesting. That's a long way to travel from LA So if you need to stream it, stream it, all of it. Capcom. So it's going to be in Paris, France in 2020 at the end of the year. So there's obviously going to be an LCQ. It's going to be interesting to maybe see more European players now. It's going to be closer, well, not closer, but it might be easier to travel that way than all the way across the US. So that should be interesting. Idom is automatically qualified regardless. He could probably take the whole season off if he wanted to. He's obviously going to have a spot. This year, instead of 32 players, it's going to be 40 players, excluding Idom. So there'll be 39 players that have the chance to enter. Well, actually 38, because there's going to be an LCQ too, which is crazy to me. They added 8 extra slots, which I wish I looked it up, but I didn't get the chance to. I could have seen who could have made it in this year off if there's 8 extra slots, and that tournament becomes a whole different tournament, especially with this V skill. Like, it's almost like they're ending this year off with a bang. It feels like the Royal Rumble where they added 10 to 40 people. It's just about to be crazy. But they split it up into seasons, and the seasons is an interesting gimmick because there's only going to be 8 qualifiers globally, March through July, and July it ends in Game Over that July 4th weekend. Then it goes from July to August. I'm assuming after Evo, which that I feel like that's the vibe I'm getting, even though Evo wasn't on the list at all. That's my guess when the research begins again. And then after that, 22 winners from unnamed events. Now, my thing is, I hope the points are evenly distributed between the first season and the second season, because it's like, if the bracket resets and you're already qualified through the first 8, do you have to go to the, do you see what I'm saying? Do you have to go to the second part of the season to qualify again? Or is it to boost the more points you already have? Like, how's that going to work? Because of seeding and things of that nature, That's my biggest question. And then on top of that, it's like, if Idom is in the first 8, that qualifies, does that mean that another person gets it? So is there 9 people that are going to qualify? Like, where would you put Idom on this list as far as points go too? So if the points reset, how is it going to work with the second season? And then on top of that, how is it going to work after Evo or whatever August tournament you want to end it on? And now we're in this qualified thing where 22 winners at unnamed events is going to happen. Like, is that 25? I'm curious now. Are there 22 events after Evo? So is it like every event is going to, be a qualifying event? And like, if you win it, you're in? Are we going to do it that way? Or, because it's like, or is it going to have to do with some of your local? Because it did say local events too. So I wonder, is there going to be a Wednesday Night Fights NLBC qualifying event? I would love to see if like maybe Texas got an event or somewhere in the Midwest got an event. I don't know, maybe Chicago. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do it and how you qualify for Capcom Cup 2020, because you got to end the year off with a bang. I think that'd be Street Fighter V's 5th year. I don't know if we're going to get any extra characters, especially with Seth. And seeing as we got, all the bosses from each Street Fighter generation now in it, and then somebody made a joke. I don't know if I want to say this joke because Capcom might hate me if they have watched this. But it was like, oh, now that we have all the Street Fighter 4 bosses, who's Street Fighter 5's boss? And, all right, like all the Street Fighter bosses up to 4 with Seth being in. Somebody said the next for the Street Fighter 5's boss. So I'm really curious, and like I said before, and I said again, be on the lookout on the YouTube channel for the No Pressure, No Diamond series. I want to get to Diamond. I think I can. I just got to understand the timing of Street Fighter and obviously get better at the basic mechanics, but they're not basic in the sense of it's just the no and the why. But I just got to get a better feel for it, like the muscle memory. I could do it, but I don't feel like I'm doing it because of the muscle memory. It's like how do I put it in perspective? I can complete the combo, but I don't feel like I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm getting the timing down. It doesn't feel natural still. I can still do the combo and do all the cool stuff, and you're like, oh wow, that was cool that you did that, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing it to a T. Okay? And it's almost like doing an auto combo, I guess. Like you could do an auto combo in Marvel and Dragon Ball Fighters, but you're not understanding the timing of the combo. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm doing auto combos when I play Street Fighter. So I gotta get better at understanding the feel of it. And yeah, Capcom Cup was a treat. From what I did watch, I enjoyed it. I want to compete. I want to travel. I want to do commentary. I'm back in love with Street Fighter 5, and I want to be good at it. I want to be good at it enough to the point to where I can walk into Street Fighter 6 or whatever Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom, whatever the next Capcom game is, I can walk in confident, and I don't feel like it's a foreign language to me playing that game. You know what I'm saying? And also, that's going to improve with like, the other games I play. I'm definitely going to cover it next year instead of not covering it at all like I did this year, which I'm disappointed about. But I love it. I love it. So Capcom, if you want to talk to me, bring Aka, aka Mike Ross 2.0, so we can do a Capcom Pro Talk legit, and like I actually have a setup and a whole shaboing boing. Let's do it. All right, until next time, I'm out. Peace.